Sip and Talk Podcast. Sip and Talk Podcast. Starting soon. Hello, everyone. It's Miss Londa. I'm back again, and I have a special story for you guys this evening. Someone reached out to me, and they asked me to do a story on a situation that took place on April the 24th. So I am here to share the story of Brittney Booker, who was killed by her friend's boyfriend. She was found dead in her car. Um, so the police was responding to a missing persons report and found that it was indeed a homicide. They found Brittney dead in her car at 9:30 in the morning. Um, the suspect who killed her has been identified as, and I'm going to quickly show you guys. Take my banner off here so you guys can see the picture clearly. So the suspect has been identified as Terry Jackson Jr. He's still at large, but the Crime Stoppers does have a reward in the amount of $2,000 for anybody who knows of the whereabouts of this suspect that killed Brittney Booker. So if you guys can just look at that picture. They also advise that he's armed and dangerous, and they don't want the public to approach him. So if you see him, just immediately contact law enforcement. This is the picture of him, the alleged suspect who killed Brittney Booker. Okay. So let me get that off of there. I'm going to bring this picture back up again towards the end of the show so you guys can see it again. All right. Oops. All right. So from the understanding that I get, this took place. Brittney was a friend of a young lady that was dating Mr. Jackson, and it was a domestic abuse situation. She tried to help her friend. There was a previous situation where he assaulted her with a hammer. She survived that assault, but then later he went to her home, and this was caught on the Ring camera, surveillance and all that or whatever. This was caught on camera where he entered to her home. Somehow she did end up managing to get out of the home because they found her later dead in her car. Now, and then it was later said that he was, the actual person who actually did this to this young lady. But then it's also been 3 women who have been brought into custody by the names of Diamond Hood, Alicia Sykes, and Carmelita Walker. Basically, the family is asking for help from the community to help, if anybody knows of his whereabouts or has seen him, please come forward and turn him in because they would like some closure and justice for their loved one. Speaking on the 3 women, Boom, I'm going to let you take it from there.
All right, so the 3 women, Alicia, Carmelita Walker, Alicia Sykes, and Diamond Hood. So from my understanding, Diamond Hood was is or was, I don't know what they situation is right now, but they were in a relationship. From my understanding, Alicia Sykes is his cousin. And I guess Walker was just like maybe a friend or a cousin as well, but I know she just like, around. So basically from what I got from the story is whatever was going on between him and Hood was going on. I guess him and Miss Booker had an issue, or maybe Miss Booker had an issue with whatever situation they had going on. And one of the incidents back in February was that he, and I hope I'm getting this right because this story is definitely a touching story. One of his, I guess they got into it and he hit her with a hammer, beat her with a hammer back in February. So I'm guessing he was in trouble for that. Maybe they was looking for him for that, and he decided that he wanted to kill her. As you spoke on the ring situation, I did go ahead and go to, and you guys can also do it if you go to TikTok. You can type in
You sound
Brittney.
kind of low.
I'm sorry. You guys can type it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys can go in um, TikTok and you guys can type in Brittney Brooker and Brittney Booker, and it'll show you some of the news clips and things like that. So basically, he did go to her house, but the ring shows him making her leave the house. So I guess he went there, he made her leave, and that was the last time they seen Miss Booker until they found her that morning dead in the car. Um, Sykes is his cousin. Diamond is his maybe relationship person that he was with. I mean, they was in a relationship together, and from my understandings, they went from Racine, which is in Milwaukee, in the area that you're around.
I'm
They
in
were.
Minnesota.
Oh, you're in Minnesota. Okay, so this is
Racine is in Wisconsin.
okay. So around Milwaukee, somewhere in there. Okay. This basically comes from Milwaukee. So Wisconsin is in Milwaukee. So somewhere in that area. I don't know if Racine is a city or a county or how that works, but it is in Milwaukee for sure. Um, So I guess he ran off to Chicago after he killed her. He ran to Chicago. The cousin, Sykes, and either her friend or her cousin also went to Chicago to pick him up. They took him to Texas, and then he returned to Racine. So I'll read this paragraph real quick just so we can maybe get a little clearing on it. It basically says that the three women, Alicia, Carmela, I don't know how to say her name, and Diamond, they are accused of helping and letting Jackson, who is a felon, stay in their homes, which is what they got to do with it. It says the investigator says Psych told them Jackson is her cousin, and he called her and asked her for a ride to Texas shortly after the February incident. Police said that in March, that Sykes and Walker hopped in the car, traveled from Racine to Chicago. They picked up Jackson and dropped him off in Texas. The cousin also told police that Jackson returned to Racine shortly after being dropped off in Texas. Uh, Court documents also state that Hood and Jackson had a relationship, so that's Diamond. And Hood also admitted to law enforcement that she knew that Jasmine assaulted Booker with a hammer. Hood also told officials she let Jackson use her SUV to stay at her home. The documents also state that Jackson used Hood's SUV in the alleged February hammer attack and the April homicide. So she's also charged in connection with the homicide specifically. Um, Officials said that Jackson is around 9 feet, 5 foot, 9 inches tall. He weighs about 200 pounds. And if you see him, don't approach him. Um, they're going to arrest him and prosecute anyone found that aided him in any of these situations, either of these two situations. And they have some information on, how to contact them and how much they offering for the reward. So it sounds like whatever him and Diamond had going on, maybe Miss Booker, being a friend, decided that she didn't like it, and she maybe involved herself, and maybe he many details on how the hammer incident happened or why he decided that he wanted to kill her. But if I'm being a detective, I'm looking at he hit her with the hammer. They took him. He ran to Texas. Maybe he was being looking for like attempted murder or something. So he decided to come back and finish the job, so she couldn't speak on the situation and try and get away with it. Um, because both of the incidents had something to do with Miss Booker. If that's the case,
Well, actually, it did say that there was. It said the incident that happened in February resulted in several warrants being issued. One being attempted murder. in connection, yeah, with Brittney.
Right. So then, if that's the case, then it sounds like he went to finish the job or went to go ahead and make it to where she couldn't speak on it no more because he already got people ate, and you know what I'm saying. Um, it's really a sad situation, especially in the world that we live in, because first off, let's just get this all the way clear, man. Wrong is wrong, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You want to call it snitching, you want to call it helping the police or whatever. In this situation, we don't like to get involved in other people's business. And, especially as it's a black community, we don't. Now, if you across the street selling drugs or doing what you got to do to feed your family to survive, that's not my business. You out here hurting people or doing things that has nothing to do. I mean, like you could have just walked away from the whole situation. Then maybe that could be a part of my business. Again, depending on the situation. Now, this situation right here, this lady got 6 kids. Maybe she was in their business too much.
Well, let's not label it as being in their business. She was being a friend. I mean, as a woman and a friend, you don't want to see your friend being domestically abused. It's one thing if you get into if your friend gets into a fight with another bitch. But when it's a man involved, that's different. A man can always whoop a woman. A man is stronger than a woman. A man should not be putting his hands on a woman. So I understand, but at the same time, in those situations, you have to think about your safety as well.
You do have to think about your safety. You have to think about your friend's safety. But in these times that we live in, you know, you can lose your friend just by being involved in her and her man's business or him and his woman's
That's
business.
true.
Um, there's been situations that I've seen where people are in a relationship and they're fighting and somebody gets involved and they stop fighting each other to fight them. Like this ain't got nothing to do with you. Stay the hell about our business. Like so this ain't not your business. Like it's like hold on, I was just trying to help y'all. I have a story similar to this, minus the murder. Where I was chilling with a friend. We was playing a game. I guess he was a little bit mad. His woman was gone for too long. She came back and she came back with their baby in his hand. I mean, in her arms. And he mad, he mad, and he ready to fight her. I don't condone putting your hands on women. And so as he was ready to fight her, she still had the baby in her arm. And I'm like, bro, you gotta chill. Like you about to you know what I'm saying? You gonna hurt your own baby. Like, so I'm like, I come in, I try to grab the baby just to get the baby out the way. I'm not about to stop y'all, I'm not about to get involved, but I'm trying to get the baby. So his reaction was, what you trying to be, a Captain Save a hoe? And I'm like, nigga, you calling your hoe you calling your daughter a hoe? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to save. Like, what I'm saying? You ain't even realizing that this woman had your own baby in her arm. You just mad at her for whatever your reason is. So he all get out my house, and I have to respect that. I gotta go. But when I walk out this door, you walk out here with me because whatever frustration you have, you go ahead and take it out on me. But as I walked out the door was slammed and locked, and nobody came outside. So I'm outside. Ha ha ha! You bitch ass nigga, whatever the case may be. If he's watching this, he know exactly what I'm talking about. But when you involve yourself in somebody's business, a lot of times they will go ahead and turn on you, especially if you're not siding with them, or even if they in a relationship and they don't feel like you just need to be involved anyways. So a lot of times people don't involve themselves. I think I don't like again. They didn't give too many details about how the hammer situation came about, what happened, to why the hammer situation happened. But you can obviously put two and two together on why the shooting incident happened because he was wanted for murder for the hammer incident, and so obviously he came back to kill her to stop the whole situation. Anyways, which I don't think that would have helped. You know what I'm saying? Either now you getting charged for murder instead of attempted murder. So it seems like you might have got less time just for the attempted murder. Now you're going to do the rest of your life. Because either way, you're going down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this situation is crazy because you guys know that this dude did this and you still obeyed it. You still helped him run away.
Well,
Look at your
what's even crazier is that one of the people was the actual girlfriend. So it's like, what did you really feel? What did you think about your friendship? Like your friend was sticking up for you.
So then you got to ask, are you scared of this man? Are you literally scared of this man? Because if you knew about the hammer situation, and then he comes back and uses your truck again for the murder situation, then you really abiding, excuse me, and helping with the whole situation anyways. But let's just go right back to the cousin and the friend that drove to Chicago to get him, then drove him to Texas, and then him coming all the way back to where y'all was at anyways. Look how you just put yourself in a situation that you really could have just avoided by saying, even if I don't call the police or try and stop you, I could have still not been involved because now
Okay, so the girl Diamond,
I,
I have a comment. I didn't mean to cut you off.
are you cool?
Somebody just wrote and said that was the side girlfriend.
Diamond was the side girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, so Diamond being the side girlfriend, then she still, so maybe she.
Well, I still look at her bad. I don't give a damn. I mean, I'm a woman before anything. I'm not finna harbor no nigga that just killed no woman because you have no reason to kill a woman. Period. I don't care.
Unless it's like
Cousin, friend, side girlfriend, I don't give a damn. Don't come to me. I'm turning your ass in. You be
unless
sleep, you'll
unless
wake up with flashlights in your face.
unless we threaten, you know what I'm saying? Like if we threaten and we feel
Threaten,
like
I'm getting away. I got family.
no, I mean no, what I mean is like if we in a relationship and this other person is threatening to harm us, you know what I'm saying? And then I handle my business on that situation, I would definitely look for a person to back me because we're in a threatening situation. But if the situation is just you have a problem with a person and you go do something stupid, then no, I'm not backing you on that. So I totally agree. It just, like I said, it depends on the situation. But regardless of the matter, it seems like this wasn't enough threatening for you to hit her with a hammer, then leave, then come back and kill her. Like that doesn't seem like that was the right thing to do. And then when you go ahead and help this man leave the city, and then he comes right back and then makes you an accomplice, then you should have never let him leave. You should have never helped him leave anyways if he was gonna come right back because you could have evaded your situation by just staying out of it the whole time anyways. Because why are you helping this man? I know this your cousin or whatever, but now you're going down for accomplice, and he just came right back. Like I can see if he stayed gone, you know what I'm saying? But he came right back, so that means it was pointless. We just wasted all this gas and time to take you to Texas for you to come right back, which means now we done made ourselves look as dumb as you. Um, the whole situation is crazy, man. We definitely want to pray for the Booker family because she got 6 kids. These kids have no mother now.
And let me bring up that let me show the picture if it'll let me.
It's so senseless for people to do these things. And look at that, man. That is almost make you want to
Six
cry.
kids, young,
Young.
mom gone. Maybe grandma has to step in, maybe sister, auntie, uncle, somebody has to step in and take care of these kids. Hopefully that happens and they won't go through the foster care system and be separated and all of that. Let's pray and hope that that's not the situation, but yet and still their mom was taken from them senselessly.
So people that's in the comments, Erica or anybody else that's watching us in the comments, man, I definitely would love to know if you guys know this man's actual connection to Booker. Um, because I'm trying to figure out why he would even put his hands on her in the first place with the hammer situation. Maybe she was talking. Um, maybe he just didn't like her. Like I'm trying to figure out what did she have to do with him in the first place. Maybe he was maybe I don't know. I don't want to speculate and throw anything in the air that's wrong because like I said, this situation is definitely a traumatic
So,
experience.
so when you say you don't want to throw anything in the air, I understand that, but like, okay, so are you looking for an justifiable reason?
No, I'm looking for if we sitting here talking about this woman and her death, we sitting here talking about this woman and her death, and her family has to live through this. Like we don't have to live through this. Once we're done with this conversation, we can go back over it, edit things,
Right.
But these people are so if I'm sitting here like, oh, maybe it was this, maybe it was that, and they like, nah, bro, you way off topic. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like how in the comments they said it was the side chick. It didn't even say anything about the side chick in the report. It said that she stated that they were in a relationship. So I would have never even thought side chick. So, there's definitely more to the story than what we know, but we just speaking on the facts. So I don't want to speculate and just be throwing stuff in the air and making people you know, feel like I'm just talking on a matter that has nothing to do with me because it doesn't have anything to do with me. But she is my sister, you know. And I'm pretty sure it's tough, like, you know what I'm saying, for them right now, like, you know what I'm saying. It's like I seen the video of her father, like, you took my baby, like, you know what I'm saying. I got 3 girls, so I could just imagine how he feeling, like, you know what I'm saying. Something like this happened to my girls, I probably wouldn't be able to go to work. I wouldn't eat. I mean, life would be crazy, even for the. I mean, like, when do you even get back to the point where you are gonna be normal again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get over this situation? Every time you see your grandkids, how can you get past this situation? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely traumatic, and I don't want to just say anything to make anybody feel, you know, disrespected, basically. But I will say this, man: we have to, as people, understand who are we around. We have to pay attention to our surroundings, and we have to come together to where if somebody is doing wrong, you should want the help of another person to get away from this person. Um, like they said, she was a side chick, so she the side chick. Where does Booker come in at? Because I'm looking at, like I said, with my situation with my friend, or he was my ex friend. We don't even talk anymore. We can talk in a minute, but when do I could step in and say, bro, you got to stop beating on your woman? When do I step in and tell his woman she need to get away from him? When do I make it my business before I lose my friendship? And then at that, when do you stop going back to this person? I mean, women be beating on men too, but regardless, when do you stop going back to a abusive relationship to where, you know, I mean, I don't know, man. Again, like I said, Booker, if she was a friend and maybe she was just like, bro, you need to stay away from him. He this, that, and the other. And then he got mad and decided to try and hit her with the hammer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what made him even go and hit her with the hammer to where I can say, yeah, watch your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say watch your friends now, and that had nothing to do with it. Maybe because, like I said, I don't want to speculate. So I'm gonna say something crazy, and you guys, if you guys are listening to me, please forgive me if I'm wrong or if I'm totally off topic. Um, I don't even know if he was in a relationship with Booker. Because let's just say if she the side chick, then was Booker the main chick? You see what I'm saying? And maybe the side she found out about the side chick or
I thought no, Booker was the friend
of
of
who?
the friend that was being abused. They never said the name of the person that was being abused.
But we talking about Hood being the freaking accomplice, and they saying that that's the girl. But then in the comments they saying that she the side chick. So again, where did Booker come in at? Is she come in as the person that's being abused? Who is the person that's being abused? And then so the person that's being abused is his girl, and then the side chick is helping him fight his
Well,
girl's
I mean,
fear.
men be having all types of shit going on. He had a girl, he had some side chicks. The side chick want to get brownie points, so okay, she gonna harbor him.
Okay, so then we're gonna go into okay. Let's just say, we're not saying that this is fact. Let's just say he's with a girl. He's being abusive with the girl. Uh, the Miss Booker decided that she didn't like him being abusive with the woman that she was with because that was her friend. She maybe said some things to him that he didn't like. He decided to hit her with a freaking hammer. He runs to the side chick, and this is just speculation. This is just me going. Okay, this ain't facts, you guys. So he gets mad. He puts his hands on Booker. Then he runs to the side chick. As he runs to the side chick, then all the things. They go to Texas. He comes back. He ends up killing the girl. You know what I'm saying? Now the person that's being abused still is not around. Has nothing to do with what he's doing and what the side chick is doing and what the cousins is doing at this point. It's just them and the person that's being abused is just sitting in the corner somewhere. See away from all of this because he's doing all this weird stuff. What then my point would be is when you are friends with a person, i.e. like Miss Booker, when do you become and decide to stay out of your friend's business? Because it seems like if that's the case, then if she would have just stayed out of their business, this wouldn't have happened. Not saying that she should have stayed out of his business, but I'm saying that that's how it seemed that it went down. She was like, I don't want you beating on my friend. I don't want you putting your hands on my friend. He got mad and put his hands on her. Then the side chick helped. Then it's like, when do we start helping each other to stop this shit? Like, man, some people like it. Some people like it and they put hands put on them. Maybe she was overstepping her boundaries when she felt like, don't put your hands on my friend. And my friend like, shit, I don't mind you put his hands on me. Maybe I did do something wrong and he should have put his hands on me. Man, you go into the mental aspect of it.
Yeah, and that's mental. Because when you're in an abusive relationship, nobody likes to be get beat on, but you have to think about what is it called? Stockholm syndrome. You know what I'm saying? They don't like being abused, but they can't leave their abuser. They still love their abuser. I mean, she's just one of them friends that just went to bed, went like all the way for her friend. So I
And
don't want to just say maybe she should have just mind her business. You know what I'm saying? She was looking out for her friend, but it cost her life, and she left 6 kids behind. That's the unfair part of this whole situation. He's a man at the end of the day. First of all, you should never have to feel like you needed to take a hammer to any woman. And then I have a comment. She says, I'm not really sure if you're trying to kill someone with a hammer in front of someone, you would have to kill both of them to get away with murder. And that could be true. I get what she's saying, but at the same time, a lot of murders happen from people not trying to do it, but like that hammer could have hit her in the right place in just one instant and caused her life that night.
well, we
You
ain't
see what I'm
talking
saying?
about this. When
When
you
you're angry, sometimes you don't think, you just kind of react on impulse.
hit somebody upside the head with a hammer, you're trying to kill them. We not even gonna evade that. Like, maybe if you would have just had the hammer and you swung at her arm, you swung at her leg, then we could say, yeah, he was just hitting on her with a beating on her with a hammer. You hit somebody in the head with a hammer, you're attempting to kill them. We know what's up in your head, which is your brain, and you crack somebody's skull, you're trying to kill them. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not going to even speculate on that. That's just exactly what it is. He was trying to kill her, and that's attempted murder. Like, you know what I'm saying? Period. As far as coming back and killing her, that's murder. As far as how they got to that situation, it's all speculation until they come out with more information. But from what I'm getting out of it, she wanted to be a friend, and the friend was in an abusive relationship, and she wanted to help the friend, but the friend didn't want to help herself. At this point, you can't help nobody until they help themselves. So if I'm trying to help you maybe one time, and I see that you're getting beaten, I try to help you one time, and you go back, then
Well,
I have
yeah, then
to.
you fall back.
Yeah, I have
And
to.
you still let your friend know, I'm there, I'm here. Whenever you're ready to leave, I'm here.
Right.
But I can't keep inserting myself in your situation if you're going to keep going back. But when you're ready to leave, I'm all here.
Now, I would say this.
If I gotta hide you out, shit, I dig a tunnel and hide you out. I'm gonna help you get away.
That's what I'm saying. So I would say this. Just a scenario, not facts. Let's say Booker was harboring her friend. Come with me. Get the fuck away from him. And her friend wanted to go. And then he realized that, and he looking for his woman or whatever, and he can't find it, so he using Book. Where is she at? Where is she at? And this is why, you see what I'm saying? Now I can understand it, because I'm not. I do got kids, but at this point, my friend is coming to me for security, so I will hide my friend from you, and then
Yeah.
you putting your hands on me. Then okay, now I would say this is definitely. So I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out the situation as far as to why he has a problem with Booker, because it's like, what, it doesn't say. It doesn't say what his issue was with Booker. It doesn't say about any infidelity. It doesn't say anything about any stealing or lying or nothing. It just says he attempted to hit her in the head with the hammer. Then he left, went to Texas. They helped him get to Texas. He came back and he murdered her. And it
But I
doesn't say.
think that's where the domestic abuse situation started, was that night. He Between him and the girlfriend, and then I guess she stepped in, and that was the result of it. So I don't think him and Booker had anything going on. I don't think that.
Okay, so it says here, Terry Jackson, accused of shooting and killing Brittney Booker and Racine over the weekend, is still on the run. However, 3 women have now been charged in harboring and aiding him in the 2 incidents. Prosecutors say Booker, a mother of 6, is one of 2 women who Jackson beat in the head multiple times with a hammer on February 22nd. 27th. and the encounter almost killed Booker. So it was two women that he hit with a hammer.
And when I read that, I assumed one of the women was the friend.
Man. So one of the women might have been his girlfriend that he hit, and then the other one could have been Booker. So basically, you beating on your woman and her friend. Maybe she was trying to help.
That's what
Maybe.
I'm saying. That's the first article that I read. It said that that was what took place. She tried to help her friend. The friend was hospitalized for weeks, may still be in the hospital. She was just sticking, see, and that's what I'm trying to say. She was sticking up for her friend. That's what I read. She was sticking up for her friend, and he assaulted both of them because it said in the article it was two. Now I assumed myself one being Booker and the other one was the girlfriend. So that's how all of this. That's how it led up to the murder.
So then I'm hoping that the friend was definitely trying to get away from him, more or less. Than this is just a repetitive situation because, excuse me, again, if I see you in a relationship and it's abusive, I'm going to talk to you, man. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be involved in this. Let's get away. How can we get away? Well, he got all kinds of ways to get into my house and all this. Okay, well, let's get you some clothes up out of here and you come to my house then. You know what I'm saying? He can't get in my house. He can come to my house, but he can't get in my house. He don't have ways to get in my house. And then you see,
And
go ahead.
so okay, so I'm reading the comments. And the person that's putting what they're putting in the comments, when I read the article, this is pretty much what I didn't know for sure because it didn't say, but this is exactly what I was thinking. So basically it was an altercation between the girlfriend and Terry. Booker jumped in. That's when the assault with the hammer took place on both. Now, the girlfriend is in the hospital. She was hospitalized and may possibly still be in the hospital. She is in hiding. This is why I figured this is why he went to the house, because he can't find his girlfriend. She left him. So he's blaming her. That I kind of, when I was reading that, that's what I was thinking in my head, is that this is the reason why he did this to her.
So you know what I didn't do, what I should have did. I wish I would have thought about this. I should have went and did a quick background check on him and see what type of person he is, because I did not do that. I don't know what type of person this man is, and
I don't need to do a background check on no man that can take a hammer or he just even put his hands on a woman. That tells me what type of person he is.
respect it does. But I'm speaking on, is he a working man? Is he, you know what I'm saying? Is he because the reason I'm getting to this point is because we have to know, and I'm a victim of this. We have to know who we talking to. We have to know what type of person we dealing with when we deal with them before we decide to let them in. Are you charming, and then all of a sudden you switch up on us? Do you run game on me? You tell me you got 6, 7 cars and 7 of them in the shop, and I believe you. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you successful when I start talking to you? Are you a working man? Or like, what type of dude are you before I even get in a relationship with you? A lot of times we get into these relationships with these abusive people, and I guess once they start feeling like they got control, because I mean, a person don't just come into the relationship beating, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times maybe they start feeling like they got control, and then they start putting their hands on you.
I'm gonna say this: being a woman that has been through an abusive relationship before, it always starts off small. So it starts off with belittling, uh, trying to isolate. It might go to a shove, then it turns into a slap. If every time that these things happen and you stay there, it's going to escalate. He could have a good job, be on the board of some a good, I don't know, a good company. He could be charming as hell. He could give you the world. You don't know, you know what I'm saying? Thugs can be charming. So we don't want to just say, oh, if he's got a good job that made him charming and you didn't know, a thug can be charming.
But you still got to know, it don't take it. You can't just say, oh, I got a chairman, he get a whole bunch of money, he pay the bills and la la la, so this just automatically
Yes,
good.
the red flags. Yes, I'm
This,
just responding.
like you said, it starts off maybe with the belittling. Once I realized that I'm in control of the situation. Now you might hear from in the beginning is, oh yeah, I'll take care of you, baby. I got you. What you want? What you like to eat? I'm gonna bring you this. Oh, I'm coming. I'm here. I'm there every day. Then all of a sudden, now you start seeing the first signs of
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my phone was ringing. Excuse me. So yeah, it's like yeah, it could have started off like that, but then once I realized, like, okay, now she needs this. Now she needs me to take her to. She's not used to this high class stuff. Okay, guess what? Now you ain't nothing. Remember that. If you leave me, you gonna lose all this. And she
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, maybe. Or and vice versa. Don't get it twisted. We ain't gonna just say just women. I mean men. I mean women go through this because we could just say a man. And he might be never had and she putting him on. So now when we start belittling a person, it's like, yeah, you ain't never had this, and if you leave me, you lose it. And then if a person sit back and mentally think like, damn, I'm tired of hamburger helper. You know, they stay. And then all of a sudden, now it goes from that to, yeah, you used to eat hamburger helper. Don't lose these steaks. And now I'm thinking that. Now you in a position to where if I slap you and you take it, it's like, yeah, because you don't want to lose them steaks. So now I can do whatever the fuck I want to. Now I can go fuck your bitch. Now I can go fuck your friends. Now I can go do all this. And if you leave me, you going back to hamburger helper. So a lot of times it do go into the mental aspect of the people, and it does build. But you have to see those signs and you have to sacrifice whatever it is that you never had if you're in those signs, because what you're not going to do is tell me that I'm nothing because I come from Hamburger Helper. You know what I'm saying? I will go right the fuck back to Hamburger Helper, and then maybe that will put that person in a place to know, well, she don't care about this material stuff. Maybe I do need to respect him a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So again, we still have to know who we talking to, because just like Easter Sunday, people change. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is Easter Sunday morning, we in our church outfits. Easter Sunday night, we in our kicking it outfits. You see what I'm saying? We kicking it. So people change just like Easter. So you have to really analyze the fact that you ain't gonna find out in a week or 6 months. A person might change in 3 years. A person might change as soon as you say I do, and as soon as we at that, as soon as we on the stage and I say I do, we go to the honeymoon, we kick it. Now you fucking mine. Now I'm about to start beating your ass. Well, you never even seen that sign, and now you got to get yourself out of that marriage. You know what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
still got to be willing to get the fuck out of that marriage. Like, yeah, 3, 4, 5 years of us being friends and then getting married. You never did nothing until we got married. But now I'm finna lose everything that we did 3, 4, 5 years ago. Fuck it, because you're not, just because I'm married to you don't mean you about to start putting your hands on me. Either way, like whenever you start seeing the first sign, it's like it's time to fucking go. You cannot stick around
And
because of the
and
things
I
that
understand what you're saying, but you got to think about it when you were invested in when you didn't when you love someone, it's just not that easy.
it's not. But you have to sacrifice. That's what sacrifice is. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, are you really to belittle your own self by letting somebody else belittle you just for whatever? Listen, we built this house. I put $25,000 into it. You put $25,000 into it. I have to sacrifice that 25,000 before I sit here and let you build this house for me. Can you hear me now?
No.
Hold on. I keep getting a phone
I
call. I
can,
keep getting a phone call. I keep getting a phone call. I don't know. I keep getting a phone call. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay, I keep getting a phone call. They just keep calling my phone. I'm using my phone right now. Um, but you have to like sacrifice the situation. I put all this time into it, yes. But at the end of the day, I have to sacrifice everything that I've done in order to get myself out of the situation, because who knows, I probably could have did better by myself anyways. But regardless, I don't care how much money I put into it. I don't care if I bought this car, or did anything else. If you are abusing me, making me feel less than what I actually am, it's time for me to go. I have to give all that up, and I will start all over. And if I really got people who love me, I haven't burnt no bridges, then maybe I can come stay at Miss Londa's house. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot deal with this. I have to go. I will give up everything that I got, because I'm not going to deal with this. I will start over from the bottom. I don't care what I put into this relationship. You are not about to make me feel less than what you think I am. I know how high I am, and you're not about to make me feel less than that. Period. We've been together all these years. We got married. You're not about to do it. And a lot of times people stick in that situation. You know, it's like, man, we built this house together.
So I have a comment. It says 9 times out of 10, you ain't never been in an abusive relationship, so you don't notice those flags. And she also says everyone is not that strong, and I agree with what she's saying, especially when you the first time that you go through that you're in an abusive relationship. It can be hard, especially if you love the person. Then you also have to think about abusers are manipulative. They manipulate your mind. They can break you down. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of them situations like I'm gonna just say this. I used to be one of them women that when I was younger, I would see women getting, whooped on by their men, and she dumb as hell. Why she still with them? Da, 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 till I went through it myself. So that's why I never try to judge anybody's situation. You know what I'm saying? Then you also have to look at a lot of times people don't have that support, because like I just said, I was one of them people, oh, she dumb. Sometimes you got people, like when you try to come to them, instead of them trying to help you and be your support system, they want to down you for being in that situation. Sometimes they have nowhere else to run. Then you also have to look at it like security. If he's the breadwinner and you're not, you just the homemaker, you got to think about that too. It's just a lot of things that plays into being in those situations. Now, me being through it, it's like soon as a nigga, my red flag, as soon as you raise your voice, this is me, nigga. What? Yeah, 911 is on speed dial. Try it, and that's all I got to say.
So the comment on Miss Erica's quote, she said 9 times out of 10, a person have never been in an abusive relationship, those red flags would. So basically, she's saying if you never been in a relationship, those red flags wouldn't look red. You wouldn't even know the signs. Basically, is what she's saying, and that's true. She also said no, people are not that strong. That's also true. You have to. It comes to a point where you have to be strong for yourself. I understand. It's like blaming. It's like blaming somebody for something that happened to you in your past, and continue to use that to why you can't get nowhere else. Instead of stopping one day and saying, you know what, I got to change this for me. What you have to, some people have to start looking at themselves higher than anybody else. Like you have to start believing that even if we want to go into another level of it and say I'm a god, you have to start looking at yourself as a queen or a king or whatever the case may be, regardless of what anybody else thinking. I understand it's a mental aspect of it, but you have to put yourself first in a lot of situations. You just have to. I understand it's hard, but come on, man. Like if I'm not about to give you my plate and I ain't got nothing else to eat. I'm not about to give you my last dollar and I don't have no more money. Like I will give you $1, but it can't be my last because I got to eat too. You see what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where I understand the mental strength of leaving a person or being scared to leave a person, but you got to. We have to put ourselves first. We have to. And once you put yourself first, then you will understand. A person putting their hands on me just ain't cool. A person talking to me crazy just ain't cool, man or woman. I done heard and watched men state and be disrespected by women. I done been disrespected by a woman. I done been talked to as like I was nothing and all I'm doing is helping. I done seen women do that to men, and I done seen men do it to women. And I done seen women turn around and still buy cars. I done seen women turn around and still buy houses for this man. And it's like, come on, you have to be more stronger than that, because if you are sitting here being belittled by this man, then turn around and buy him a car. You could have did that for yourself. How weak do you really have to be to let a man beat on you and then still turn around and put a car in your name for him, or just put a car in his name and buy it for him, or whatever? Like it's like at some point in time, it's like I'm not about to help you when you beating on me. I'm not about to be letting you live it. And from what I'm looking at, and from the information I'm getting, he moving from house to house to house. He don't even got his own shit. So now at this point, we are sitting here helping a man that ain't got shit, and now we in our position. We have to like really stop and look at ourselves and say, I am worth more than what anybody
Yeah,
else is talking
self
about.
reflect.
We have to. We have to. And that's where I get at. I'm not saying anything wrong with, the girl that's in hiding right now. I'm not trying to speak bad on her, because again, people do be in those situations. Like I said, man, he could have had all kinds of secret ways to get into the house she ain't know about. You know what I'm saying? So even if she was like, nigga, don't come to my house no more, she still could have been in an abusive situation to where she's sleeping in the middle of the night and he done crept in through the basement window that she don't know about. Or he done made a fucking basement window that she don't know about. You know what I'm saying? So she can't even be safe in her own home to where she gotta pack up and move. And who the fuck got that? Who got money to just pack up and go like that? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I gotta be strong for myself, prepare myself, you know what I'm saying? And I would even go as far as you get a restraining order and a gun. Because if I get a restraining order and a gun, like you said, you get to acting like this, I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna get the phone. Hey, you want a trip? I get the phone. You get the restraining order. And then now when you come in my motherfucking house, I don't give a fuck if you come in there with a motherfucking $1,000,000 in your hand and everything that I ever wanted in my life. I got the right to shoot you in your motherfucking face and
Hell yeah.
still be.
Hey, phone right here, pistol right here, nigga. You gonna leave? I'm on the phone with 911. They hear your ass refusing to leave. Pow, he just came towards me.
Or, or I get the restraining order without him being here or her being here. And then when you do come in the house, I don't even got to call the police. Pow, now I'm calling the police. You don't even got to kill him. Now you can because what the fuck? Fuck him. But at the same time, shoot him in his motherfucking dick. Shoot him in his leg. You know what I'm saying? And then now he got to remember, I ain't going to put my hands on another woman because last time I put my hands on this woman, I got shot. You feel me? So it's like, however you go about it, make sure that you cover your tracks, make sure that you get the paperwork, and make sure that you look good in the situation because you can go into court and you can plead, yeah, he was beating on me and this is why I killed him. But if you put this paperwork out there because you really didn't want to be with this man, and now you got paperwork saying I don't want him around me, and then you feel threatened around, you feel threatened when he's around, and then you actually comes to you, not you going to his auntie's house, not you going to his grandma's house and his kid's house, but him actually coming to you or her actually coming to you, then you don't have to even call the police. Put this nigga down and then call the police. You see what I'm saying? So we do have to see the signs, but we got to be strong and we got to believe in ourselves. It's like, I'm not about to let you down me, man. I'm just not. I'm not. I'll go stay with somebody else and figure my life out before I let you down me, man. And we got to be stronger than that, especially you women. Y'all go through so fucking much. This is not me trying to be on a women's show and trying to big y'all or nothing. This is just real life. Y'all have to go through so much in life. Y'all have to just walking outside could be hard because every time you walk in the fucking store, it's a whistle, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, I ain't even having a good day. I ain't even trying to hear that, but you can't even stop it because niggas just gonna be niggas. So you
Yeah.
still gotta be strong in every aspect. Y'all gotta go through so much that y'all have to put yourself first. Number one, you got to. You have no choice. Stop letting these niggas put their hands on y'all. Stop letting these niggas talk to y'all like y'all ain't shit and these the motherfuckers who ain't got nowhere to go. Like, stop it. That's all I'm saying. Y'all have to. Stop it. That's all I can say, man. Stop it.
Yeah. One thing about a man that puts his hands on a woman that a lot of people probably don't understand, he will never, I don't give a damn what nobody say, he will never stand up to another man.
Hey, I seen that. Like I said in my story, I told dude, I'm trying to get your daughter. I ain't even trying to get into y'all shit, but you trying to beat on your woman and she got her daughter in your hand. You's a fucking fool for that, number one. But I'm gonna be the one to get the daughter out the way. I ain't gonna stop y'all because that's y'all business. But I ain't about to sit here. I really can't watch you just beat her up and the baby head hit the table or some old bullshit. Now you know what I'm saying? No, let me get the baby at least. And then you want to turn around and call me a Captain Save a Hoe when I'm just trying to save your baby. And it happens and his baby happened to be a daughter. His daughter, like, you know, since you beating on your woman in front of your daughter. So when she grows up, she might be acceptive. You see what I'm saying? To that. Like, so you're not even stopping to think about that. Like, you know what? Let me put the baby in the crib. Not justifying, but just saying, let me put the baby in the crib, then take you in the room and whoop your ass. You ain't even got enough sense to do that. You ain't even got enough respect for your own child to do that. So, like you said, some of these dudes, they won't step to a nigga. First thing they gonna do is pull a gun. But they're square with a female instantly. Oh, what's up, what's up, what's up? But then
Yeah.
when the nigga come around, it's like, oh, nigga, I shoot niggas, I don't fight. You weren't saying that last night when you was beating your girl? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to see the signs, man. And then even that, like, if I was a woman, I'd start off like, can you fight? You know what I'm saying? Do you fight niggas? How many fights you been in? Do you fight niggas? Like, 'cause if you don't fight niggas, oh no, I shoot niggas, man. No, I ain't fighting no nigga. Ain't no nigga. Then that's shit automatically be a red flag. You ain't gonna fight a nigga. Like now in these days
Right.
where everybody is carrying guns, you know what I'm saying? To the youngest to the oldest, everybody, I can understand if he had that explanation. Like, I will fight a dude, but I keep a gun because everybody got a gun. So I don't know if I have to pop somebody, you know what I'm saying? So I can respect that. But as far as will you fight a nigga? Will you put your hands on another man? I need to know that as a woman. Because if I know that you will fight another man, 9 times out of 10, you ain't putting your hands on a woman because you already know you will fuck me up.
And not only that, you want to know if he gonna protect you. If he beating on you and won't fight another man, he's not a protector.
Because what you gonna do when this other man in the club slap me on my ass? Shoot him? Nah, I can't. I ain't even got you for my protection then. Because you gonna sue him for slapping me on my ass, and now you in jail for
Or
shooting
you
a
gonna
nigga.
blame me? Cause and just like she said, narcissist. That would be a narcissistic move. You would rather blame me than to stand up to this man that disrespected me. You want to blame me for what I'm wearing because you don't want to stand up to him.
Because you that fucking stupid. Why you
Also,
got that on?
um, right. Prentice says, I feel like sometimes it turns to self-abuse. And then every state doesn't have a self-defense law. Oh yeah, so yeah, you gotta take that into consideration too.
But
And
what
see,
about
that's
when
the
we talk?
thing. Even if you have a gun permit, and even if you have a permit, even if the state does have the self-defense law, you have to think about you still gotta go through proving, you know what I'm saying, that this is what actually took place.
And that's where I say, once you get the paperwork, we working with the paperwork. So if I'm in an abusive relationship, you've been beating on me for 3 years, and I finally just break and fuck it and kill you. Now I gotta explain to them all the shit that happened in 3 years that built up to me, la la la. If I didn't want to deal with it in the first place, I get the restraining order. Now I got paperwork saying, well, I didn't want to deal with it in the first place. He continuously did it. I felt threatened for my life. There's paperwork showing that I felt threatened for my life. And maybe there is no self-defense law, but I still got a self-defense for myself. At the end of the day, the key word is self. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what these judges, lawyers, cops gonna think, family members, whoever, I have told you motherfuckers that this motherfucker is bothering me. Y'all ain't help me. I help myself. Keyword self. It has to be
Yeah,
self-preservation, regardless of what the laws say. Because at the end of the day, man, you only got to talk to God about this, man. You know what I'm saying? God know what the fuck going on, and God ain't about to step into the relationship either. This is self-choice. But if you go to God and you let him know, like, hey, I'm tired of this shit, he gonna open doors for you. Door number one, restraining order. Door number two, kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He gonna open doors for you. You just gotta fucking walk through them. You know what I'm saying? So you self have to prepare yourself for any situation, man. It's just it's crazy how the mental status of us go. Like I said, man, who knows if a abusive person, a person that's being abused in a relationship, seen that coming up. I seen my dad beating on my mom, or I seen my uncle beating on his wife, and it was just like they stayed together. So that was just the thing to do. I didn't think that that was wrong. I thought that that's how relationships is. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. It's just what you seen, and so that
yeah,
you thought that's what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you got to stop and think about self. Cool, my auntie got beat on by her uncle. Cool, my uncle got beat on by his auntie. I'm not beating on my man. I'm not beating on my woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? It has to be self first. I don't give
yeah,
a fuck what anybody going through. But I do want to say to the family of Booker, the family of the Bookers, I don't know her, but that's my sister too. And my heart goes out to her. And my heart goes out to their family, and especially those kids. And I hope that we as people and y'all as women become stronger, become mentally stronger, and stand for yourselves. And understand y'all don't have to be strong physically to be strong mentally. Y'all the strongest people in the world. Y'all the reason that we was able to survive fucking the beatings that Master gave us. Because once he whipped us and put all these fucking whips on us, we went back to y'all, and y'all was the one who caressed us and told us it was gonna be okay and healed us and made us feel better. That didn't take no fucking strength. It took mental strength for y'all to even be there for us. Because y'all could have been like, oh, I can't do it, it's scary. Run off from us. Y'all saved us a lot of times. Y'all always been mentally strong. Y'all have to stay mentally strong and understand y'all don't have to deal with these losing ass, bullshit ass niggas, man. I don't like them niggas who put their hands on females. I just don't. I go beat up a crackhead before I put my hands on a woman. Fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go find a nigga and put my hands on him before I beat up a woman. Like, I leave. Like, because I'm not, first off, I'm not even about to go sit in jail for you because I done beat your ass and now I'm sitting in jail for 3 years and you fucking another nigga anyway. So that's stupid anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like either way, like why am I doing this? Like it's better for me to just walk off. But then if I do it and you let me do it, now I feel like I got some control. I'm gonna keep doing it. And then it leads to maybe a situation like this where somebody lose their lives. And it's just like, just be stronger. Like, just be stronger. I just need y'all to be stronger, man. And I got girls. So I really need y'all to be stronger because I need my girls to look at people and see the strength. So I definitely need y'all to be stronger.
I want to show the picture of him again because when I first showed it, it was in the beginning of the show. We didn't have a lot of people tuning in at the time, but we have like 93 people right now. So this is the young man, the alleged suspect who killed Brittney Booker. His name is Terry Lee Jackson Jr. He is still at large. Police are asking for help if anybody knows of his whereabouts. He weighs, so he's 5'9", 5'9". He weighs 210 pounds, and they say he's armed. He's believed to be armed and dangerous. They ask the public not to approach him, but to just reach out to authorities and basically, let them know of his whereabouts if you see him, or even if anybody knows of his whereabouts. This is him.
And I want to send a shout out to the men as they looking at this and they getting this information. You don't have to take it down as I'm talking, but I just want to send a shout out to the men in this world who don't deal with police, because I don't deal with police either. One thing I'm not gonna do is, if I seen him, I'm definitely not gonna approach him myself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, he got a gun. Now I gotta, I heard that he was doing this. I approached him. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's still not gonna work for me. But all that snitching shit go out the window when this situation is, that's bullshit, bro. Like, period. I don't give a fuck what the fuck is going on in the world, or what you seen in the world, or what type of police you done dealt with. Like, all that snitching shit go out the window when the situation is bullshit. In this situation right here, I'm calling bullshit. And if I see the motherfucker, I'm calling the police, because this nigga don't need to be out here, because he can hurt the next woman. He can hurt the next woman. He can hurt my motherfucking daughter. So, nigga, y'all niggas think about that. Y'all men think about this shit when y'all see this man and don't want to call the police because of the snitch rule, bro. Think about your motherfucking own children and what could happen to your own fucking daughter, or your own fucking niece, or your own fucking mama. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever woman that you have in your family that's close to you. Think about it being happening to them. Like, so you know what I'm saying? When you see this motherfucker, think about your daughter, think about your mama, think about your auntie when you see this person. And that's what I want to say on that situation.
I'm gonna leave that sitting there right now for now, and I'm gonna read the comments. So Data says, I seen my stepdad beat on my mother. I'm trying to become strong. Bay says, facts from Boom You.
Boom, that podcast.
Yeah. And then Data says, I wish all men thought that way. Prentice says, I can truly say after my abuses, I didn't turn and didn't do it again. Data says, this is heartbreaking. Our queens losing their lives at the hands of a man. Yes, it is. It's very sad. Very sad.
And anybody else, man, like, man, I don't want y'all to feel like y'all have to get into everybody's relationship situations. I say give it one chance, and then after that, if you see that the person's still continuously going back, because it's different when you see a person go back but they not happy, compared to when you see a person go back and they like, yeah, girl, we going to Jamaica. Then he just whooped your ass last week and we just had to damn near beat this nigga ass, and now you talking about going to Jamaica and all this other places with him. Okay, now the next time it happened, you got to figure it out on your own. I'm not telling y'all not to help y'all friends in situations, but if they come back and they still dealing with this man, but it's not a happy situation, like, yeah, he back in my life, but I ain't really liking it, but I'm just dealing with it. Then you can continue to help your friend as much, because they not trying to be there. They just may be nervous, or they might not be strong enough, and they might need your freaking push. But if you see a person and they getting their ass whipped, and then the next week they in the club kicking it, acting like that same man, and doing all this other stuff, they mentally lost. And if you get involved in that, you're going to lose your friend anyways, as far as y'all being friends. So I would just say, try to help them the first time, and if they won't help, then continue helping them. If they don't look like they won't help, then I wouldn't say mind your business, but I would just say, like, try not to. I would say just keep watch, like, you know what I'm saying. I don't even know how to explain it, man. Because
I would say just be that support system for be there for them when they ready to go.
Because I mean, nobody. I don't even want to keep looking at my friend with a black eye and a busted lip every time you come around.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You can still love and deal with your friend from a distance, but just let them know that when you are ready to go, I'm just a phone call away. Period.
Back.
Yeah.
That's a good
And
idea.
so I just put this PayPal account up. This PayPal link is they are taking donations for the family, probably for to help with the funeral costs. She has 6 beautiful kids that she left behind, so I'm sure they could use help with that. So if you guys, I'm gonna also put it actually is, I'm gonna put it in the comments again, so that anybody who's interested in donating, you can click on the link and you can donate.
And again, shout out to the Booker family, man. Rest in peace, Miss Booker. This is a sad situation, man. This is so fucking awful, man. My heart goes out to them, man. Rest in peace to our sister, man.
And let me see, I got some more comment. Okay, oh yes, Marcus, it's very awful. Let me put this in the comments really quick.
Yeah, I never condoned that shit. Like I never kept friends. Like it's like, bro, like y'all just, it don't even make sense. And a lot of times when like I said, like a lot of times I be seeing it, man, the women already be in control, like over the whole actual life situation, but because the men don't want to lose them, they feel like putting their hands on them is, gonna make them stay, or what I'm saying, they don't.
It be insecurities.
I don't want to look because I don't want to see her buying another man the car. I don't want to see another man living in the house or whatever the case may be. Like, but bro, basically that just shows how weak you are, because you should be in your own shit. You should be securing yourself. You know what I'm saying? To where even if you was to lose her, you still gonna be straight. But a lot of times you're like, oh, I ain't got no car if I lose her. Like, you know what I'm saying? She getting all the food stuff. She like, nigga, you
Right.
weak. You weak as hell,
Yeah,
dog.
weak as hell. Weak as hell. So there's the link. I put it in the comments. You guys, it's on all three, both Facebook pages and YouTube as well. I'm gonna show this picture one last time before I go, because I want you guys to remember what this dude looks like. He could be anywhere. He could flee to Minnesota or to your state. This is him again, Terry L. Jackson Jr. He is the alleged person that killed Brittney Booker, and he is still at large. I would like to thank you guys all for tuning in, jumping in the comments. Please remember to subscribe to the YouTube page, follow the Facebook page. You all have a good night, and prayers up. Thank you
Good
for
night.
joining.